Hello and welcome back. This is the final lesson on financial literacy. My name is Davor, and today we'll do a bit of reading, revising some words, phrases, and using passive and practicing passive voice. As usual, let's get ready, get your equipment ready. Here are some of the links that we're going to use in this lesson. And as I already said, we'll practice, revise, and wrap things up. So last time we talked about finance gone digital. And we can say that it's a transformation process, which kind of started way back in 1969 with the introduction of ARPANET, or we can even say that it started at the beginning of the 20th century with Nikola Tesla's ideas about wireless networks and wireless transmitting of energy. So what are some of the key terms that we mentioned last time which are important for this process? Well, it was the blockchain technology, which was basically built for the digital currencies originally. Today, the development of the fintech institution, already existent the mobile payment apps, and the last thing we asked ourselves last time was the future. What will the future look like? So these are the ideas that I'm leaving you with in a way to think about and monitor in today's world. Today we'll do a bit of reading. So before we read, let's do some vocabulary work. Our vocabulary work is divided in 2 slides. So, in the red above, you see some of the words we are looking for and phrases, and below are their definitions. Some of them are already familiar with you, some of them might be new. So, something that is likely to suddenly change or become dangerous without much warning, we say that this is volatile. To need something to happen in a specific way, count on. So you count on something to happen. Unusual in a way that surprises or impresses you. Remarkable. The set of systems within an organization that affect how well it operates. We call this an infrastructure. A set of computer programs that each do a part of a bigger task is the suite, like the Microsoft suite or Adobe suite. A fresh arrival to a particular place or sphere of activity. We can say that this is a new kid on the block. Digital currencies, bitcoins are called cryptocurrencies, and the action or process of buying or selling something are transactions. So let's move on to the second part. Check or prove that something is true or correct. Verify. The process of getting coal or metal from under the ground is called mining. The offensive or threatening behavior of a person who regularly makes crude comments or touches someone in an uninvented and intimate way is sexual harassment. Give information to people, especially secret information. Disclose. An effect or influence. Impact. the period of time just before an important event is the run-up. And rearranging the software of a computer so that it works in a better and improved way is, of course, reconfiguring. Now that we have finished this vocabulary work, what I would like you to do is a bit of reading. So last time we talked about blockchain and talked about what is blockchain and what is the future. This is a little text on one of the uses of blockchain, particularly the use of blockchain in the supply chain management. So what I would like you to do is to follow the link, read the text, and do the activity true or false statements. Try to use all the reading strategies that you're already familiar with that can help you with this reading. And the last topic that we are going to talk about today is the passive voice. So we introduced the passive voice at the beginning of our financial literacy story. So what I would like you to do is to think about passive voice and try to answer these 4 questions. Why do we use passive voice? Why is it used? What is the verb form of passive voice? What is the word order in a sentence? And how is the subject added to the passive voice sentence? Passive voice. So it's verb form, word order in a sentence, how do we add the subject, and why do we use it? Verb form, verb to be in the appropriate tense, and past participle of the main verb. Word order. Active, people buy bitcoins every day. So we see the subject plus verb plus object word order. Passive voice, bitcoins are bought every day. The object becomes the subject and the verb is transformed into verb to be plus past participle of the main verb. How to add the subject? The subject is added using the word by. Our computer network is maintained by system administrators. And why do we use it? The passive voice is used to show interest in the object of the sentence that experiences an action rather than the subject that performs the action. In other words, the object becomes the subject of the sentence. And this is passive voice. Let's practice a little bit. So, passive voice. Monetary transactions and accounts are recorded in a digital book or ledger. So this sentence is already in a passive voice. Can you recognize the subject? Can you recognize the verb? So the subject, monetary transactions and accounts. So this is our subject of the passive voice sentence. In the active voice, it would be the object of the sentence. Are recorded is the verb in passive voice. So how do we make this sentence active? So what is missing in this passive voice? We don't have a person or a thing that does the action. So we don't have it in this sentence. So we can create one, someone. What do we do with the subject? We transform it into an object. And the verb is transformed back into its active form. So someone records monetary transactions and accounts in a digital book or ledger. The blockchain was originally created as a platform for the cryptocurrency Bitcoin. Can you recognize the subject object here? Yes, it's the blockchain. And the verb was created. In the active voice, the sentence would sound something like this. People originally created the blockchain as a platform for the cryptocurrency Bitcoin. Let's practice some more. Here is another sentence. Blockchain technology is already being developed in ways which might revolutionize the way we live and work in general. Try to transform this sentence into active voice. So again, we have to add the doer of the action. So people, someone, they, because we don't know him or her. People are developing. So here we have an example of present continuous. People are developing blockchain technology in ways which might revolutionize the way we live and work in general. Another sentence. Eventually, enough money will have been earned by the car itself to purchase another self-driving car. This is an example of future perfect. Here we have the doer of the action by the car itself. So this will go into the first place. Eventually, the car itself will have earned enough money to purchase another self-driving car. The business is so lucrative that professional Bitcoin mining farms have been set up around the world. The business is so lucrative that people have set up professional Bitcoin mining farms around the world. And the last example, a question: when was Bitcoin first released? So in passive voice, we follow the same rules of forming the question as in active voice. So we have the question word, the inversion of an auxiliary verb and the main verb with the subject. When did they first release Bitcoin? For further practice, you can follow the link Passive Practice, where you will also find some more explanations and forms of passive in different tenses. So to leave you with an afterthought, after taking part in these lessons about finances, can you say that you have learned something new? Can you say that you would be able to open a bank account? After learning about digital finances, would you invest in digital currencies? Would you say that the level of your financial literacy has been raised? What will the future look like? How do you see the future? So here are some thoughts that I would like you to think about and note down the possible answers and discuss them with your friends. So this brings us to the end of our financial literacy story. I hope you have a nice weekend, and I also hope that we will see each other again in some other lessons. Bye.